Good Wednesday evening, everyone. Hope you're having a good week. I know that seems really awful to say when the whole world is going through something we've never ever had to go through before. At least most of us. Anybody I'd say under 80 have never had to go through this before. If I'm wrong, forgive me. But this is scary. This is worldwide and it's scary. So, a wonderful woman in our group who has a wonderful YouTube channel, and you should go check her out. Her name is Janet, and her YouTube channel is called Moonkusser. Moonkusser? All one word. Hope I'm saying it right. It's Moonkusser Art. She came up, she's in our group, and I asked her, we were talking about stuff, and I asked her if she thought, a challenge would be a good idea for now. And she had done a beautiful piece, which you can see on her YouTube channel that she did, and it was full of color. Just beautiful color. So we are doing a challenge in our group. And for those of you who aren't in our group, it is Resin Artists Without Borders. And nobody knows this yet, so they will after this video. I'm going to do a challenge. And I want you to do a resin piece or an acrylic piece. We don't have just resin artists in our group, so a resin piece or an acrylic piece with as much color as you can get. And we will do, like the last challenge, a voting on your pieces. The members will, the more likes you get. There is only going to be one winner in this one. And we're going to trick you up so you don't know who the piece is done by, okay? Because I'm going to get you to send your pictures once you've done them to me in private message, and I will keep all the pictures, and then when I've chosen a due date, which I will before I announce this anyway, I will put them all up and everyone can choose, and they won't know. It will look like I did every one of them. Anyway, so I'm going to do one just for the heck of it, and I am using all, except for my winter white, I am using all Langridge fluorescent colors. Okay, so we've got cobalt teal, and we've got fluorescent violet, and we have fluorescent pink, and we have a yellow, and we have a beautiful orange color, and this gorgeous dark green, which isn't a fluorescent, but it is beautiful. And these are all the Langridge products, and I have put them in the cups, and now I'm just going to add the resin, and we will go from there. And I'm not filling the cups because we don't need all that, and we are going to do it on 2 boards, so they'll be twins, sort of. Do I have a clue what I'm doing? Not yet. We'll just see how it goes as it goes, right? Right. So, let's get mixing up these colors. These are the 2 boards. I have taped the back. These I got at a while back at Michael's. So we will use them. And I'm going to put a white base coat down on top. I know they're already white, but you know, they've got my fingerprints from putting the tape on after I had opened the jars of color. So we are doing a white base. And I'm going to try something a little different. And we'll see if it works out. But, okay, so there's a white base for each of them. So now I'll just quickly stir up these colors. Oh my God, these fluorescents are so bright. So bright. If working with color doesn't put you guys in a bit of a better mood, yes, I know it does not take away what's going on, but you know, it will take your mind off of it for a while. So, okay, so what I see is this orange, I guess I've never used before, is kind of transparent. So that's interesting to know. It will have to be a top color. The blue is fine. The violet is kind of transparent too. Now I know I probably could have made it opaque, but I kind of like this. We'll see where this takes us, okay? I'm mixing these really good because I should have made a paste out of the language because they are a more condensed granular. The yellow's definitely opaque too. The pink looks opaque. Am I right or am I wrong? Oh, no, it's actually kind of transparent too. That's kind of cool. Okay, now let's see about the green. Oh, it's a little transparent, but because it's a dark green, it's holding up better. Okay, so these colors, so there's really only two that are, okay, well, we'll see. Let's get going here. I'm going to put my white down on both boards. I'll heat them up a bit so I can spread them around. Not too worried about the sides and the edges because they're already white, so it can run down the sides the way it wants to. You see both, sort of? I'll move you in a sec. Sorry, guys. I'm looking forward. I'm not, like I told Janet, I'm not, you know, you get so comfortable with certain colors. And obviously, you guys know me, blue is my fave. So I work a lot with blues. Black, silver, gold. I'm not big on working with colors. But I did one before, a while back, that I really liked. So let's see if I can do it again. Now, I'm gonna make these as close to each other as possible, but with room going down the side. So, I think I'm going to start with the blue. I'm not sure what I want this to look like, but let's just have fun, okay? Okay, now I'd like to bring in this pink because it's a little bit transparent, but not 100%. And I'm going to bring it underneath the blue. I think I will use the orange above it. I'm just having fun, guys. Oh yeah, it's transparent, but really cool. Now we'll do the green, then the yellow and the purple. And what I think I might do with the green is come around the top, but then come underneath as well. Okay, now we'll bring out my yellow. And last but not least, this pretty purple. And I don't want to lose it over the top, so I am going to just put it where I want, wherever, because I don't want to lose it all. So now, do I try a swipe? Let's try a swipe. Worst comes to worst, I can blow it, right? So I've got 2 swipers here. Let's bring some of this white lightly over top of these colors. And I'm going to go back lightly this way. And we'll see what happens with that. And I'll do the same here. Bring it lightly down the one side. Oops. And pull it back this way. Oop, there's a hunk. I blew that. Now I got a line there, but that's okay. There's a little hunk of the yellow didn't break up. Come on, you. Okay, well, you're just gonna, there you go. Go ahead. Do your thing. What about you? You gonna come up? No? No? Okay. Out you go. Okay, so let's heat this up with the torch and see if we get any effects here. I see we're getting some there, but now, what I am going to do is I'm going to do a second coat on this tomorrow. And I will tape it and add it to this as well. And I'll do it in total transparent colors, just like Janet did, and we'll see how that goes. But I am going to take this little, because I see that this whole section here did not swipe at all. I like that there's a little bit of white on the outskirts, not so much anywhere else, but that's okay. I love the odd time that you do something and it turns out okay or it doesn't. And you know what? I'm not too worried about it. This is for fun. This is for the challenge to show you guys what we are talking about. It's to get us through. And I just had fun. And tomorrow, like I said, I'll do a second coat. There is some cells happening, and there is nothing in here but my white and Artie Sue's language colors. So that's interesting, but kind of cool. And I love her colors. I don't usually like working with them together, but this was fun. This was fun, and I will do the second coat tomorrow for you guys to join in and have fun with me. And so now let's bring you down for a little view. Hi, Clo-Clo. Okay, so these are some wild, bright colors. And I think with the second coat, I'll just do some maybe clear and transparent and some white, do some white lacing, hopefully. We will see. Okay, so like I said, guys, let's do this just for fun. Get your mind off of stuff. Remember to take care of yourself. Stay indoors. Like they said, if you have to go out, you know, don't be around a lot of people. Wear gloves if you have to. Just take care of yourself and your neighbors and other people. And guys, for God's sake, stop with the worrying and hurrying to get all these supplies, because you can still go shopping. They're not closing the grocery stores because they're a necessity. So they can't be closed. They're being handled where they're letting a certain amount of people in at a time, and you know, elderly come in first, and then they start, you know, like 20 people in the store at once or 10 people in the store at once or whatever. And yeah, it means you'll stand in a line, but what's the difference to what you're doing now? Because you're all standing in lines with tons of people. You never know if any of them have it. So relax. The food is going to be there. They're not closing grocery stores. They're not. It's a necessity. They cannot do that, okay? So stop panicking. Your food's going to be there. Your toilet paper is going to be there. There are so many other things you can use. If you did run out of toilet paper, you can cut a roll of paper towel in half so that it looks like a roll of toilet paper. If it's a 2-ply, break it up to 1-ply and use it sparingly because you don't want to clog your toilet. But if you bring it down to 1-ply, it's no different than your 2-ply toilet paper. So think of that. You can use wipes and then just throw them in a garbage and throw the garbage in a bag and tie it up and throw it out. There are so many things you can use. Use this. How about that? We use this. And more than anything, use this. Because there are so many people out there that need your support. So stop thinking of self and start thinking of others. Okay, guys, go do your colored art and have fun and get in the challenge, okay? I will announce it as soon as I put this up in our group. I'll announce the challenge and how it's going to work, okay? Have fun. Thanks for being here. Bye, guys. Good morning, guys. So we are going to finish my colored challenge piece. I'm not entering, obviously I can't. But I just want to give you an idea of what you can do, colors you can use. Like I said in the first part of this, Janet has done a beautiful piece that you can look up on YouTube on her, which I'll add to the description below. When you click that little tiny arrow, it drops down and there's descriptions in there. So I will put her YouTube channel in there so you can go look her up. But she did a beautiful colored piece, tons of gorgeous colors I would have never have thought to use together, let alone use at all. And so I decided, why not? Let's give it a try. And I'm telling you, the skins that came off of this are going to be beautiful. They're just beautiful. Look at this. Look at this piece. Look at the colors. Just so cool. Very cool. Very cool. So I'm doing a top coat and the last coat. And what I'm doing with it, I just dropped something in my resin. That was good. What I'm doing with the top coat is clear. I'm using a bit of white with 1 drop of silicone oil in it just to see how we go. I'm using alcohol inks in the gold, a blue, and a purple to just top this up. So I'm going to just fill my little cups with these colors that I want to use. And then I will use this rest of the clear resin just on top of these pieces. So let's bring you down. This is what we've done so far. So I'm going to just mix up my white. I'm using winter white and 1 drop. And if you want to see the one I use, I got this on Amazon. It's Treadmill Lubricant by Essential Values. It just looks like this. It came in a 2-pack. I got it a long time ago when I was doing acrylic pours off of Amazon, and then never used it again. And I thought, what the heck? Why not try it? And I have found that 1 drop gives me what I want. So here, I'll show you. I made a set of coasters last night after I did this for a gift, which you'll see later. One of my daughter's best friends is getting married, and we're going to her shower and her wedding. Hopefully none of it is canceled. That's not until April for the shower and July for the wedding. But see, I added the silicone to the white and got some amazing cells. So anyway, okay, so mixing up my white. So you can see, oh, and I'm dripping it on the piece. Okay, so it's done up with the silicone. I'm going to quickly mix up my little gold. I did it in a little cup because I don't need a lot. And this is alcohol ink mixed in resin, which I may need more of the gold. But we will see. Now I'm going to add some blue because I want these transparent. So, oops, I'm adding a bit of blue to that one and a bit of purple to this one. And away we go. Beautiful transparent color. Really pretty. I think I need a little bit more of the purple because it is way too transparent. I'm not one to use alcohol inks. I'm not good with them. I've never learned to really use them in work, but we will see how it goes with this. Okay, so now I'm going to pour clear resin on both. Leave some in there in case I need it. I'm going to spread this out. Across the surface. Not worried about my edges like I told you in the first half, because these boards I got at Michael's and they're white to begin with, so the sides will be white, and it will be kind of cool to have the dripping of the color look down the edges on this piece. Okay, so I think that's good. Yeah? Yeah. Put a little tiny touch there because it wants a little thin right there. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to just put some lines in here of the purple, which isn't very. I don't know why it's not. See, like I said, I don't know how to do work with ink, so I'm not sure if it's supposed to be this light or not. But it doesn't seem to want to take on any more color. So anyway, well, there's a bit more. And maybe when I add the white, it will show up more. We'll see. Live and learn, right? And since I don't do these lives, I can't hear any advice. This green is pretty. It's more of an aqua color than it is green, but that's okay. Very pretty. Okay, so I'm not going to use this gold because there's not much in it. I'm going to try something else. I'm going to put my white on. Leave that for now, and I could come back to it. See what the one little drip of silicone is doing. So let's move this around a bit. Heat it up and move it around a bit. I find if I come straight down on it, it spreads out a bit, but it keeps those cells. If I try pushing it, oh, okay, it is doing the cells still. It seemed to want to pull away from the cells, but I guess they are kind of still there. Definitely wants to float over top of the clear, which is good because then you're still seeing my colors underneath, and that's what I wanted. But I need a little bit of white right here because there's nothing there. Okay, so now I'm going to just try dripping the gold, not using this, because watch, there's no real gold color to this at all. Don't know if you can see that, but there really isn't. So I'm going to take the gold alcohol ink and I'm just going to put it where I want it and see what happens. Letting it drip. And it's spreading out and doing its own thing. That's kind of cool. And it's still, I'm going to bring you down so you can see this. It's still moving. It is still moving, and then it came into itself. That is really cool. And it looks like it's sitting on top. Oh, sorry, guys. Looks like it's sitting on top of all of it. Of the resin, of the white, of the colors. These nice little golds. So I'm going to put them in a couple of other places. I'm just having fun with this. I'm sure this is nothing that I will take to the gallery. But you know what? I'm having fun with it. And it's so colorful. I'm sure Emma Bean would probably love this in her room. So yeah, I'm liking it. It's different for me. It is so different. So different. And it's funny because they look like I've used two different color groups, but I haven't. They're the same color groups. Just the way it blew, I blew it out. It all just did its own thing. So there you go. So that, my dear friends, is my color piece for the challenge. I'll bring you down and show you the whole works now. See how the gold looks like it's sitting on top? That's kind of cool. That is kind of cool. So there we go. This is the color challenge for me. Okay, guys, so I hope you're doing well. I hope you're all taking care not only of your physical health, but your mental health as well, because remember, that's just as important. So get into something like this with us. Have fun. Get your mind off of things. You know, do stuff with your children. My daughters are doing some educational work, even though it is March break, but the rest of it won't be. They're doing educational work. They found some really fun educational programs on the internet. They're having fun. I've asked all my grandbabies to make me a picture of their family, and I've asked Karen, my ex-husband's wife, she's getting her grandbabies, because we've got this great big group messenger thing with all her girls and daughter-in-law and me with my girls, and so she's getting her grandbabies to do pictures for her. And my oldest daughter said she's going to get the kids to write letters to all of us, and it's just keeping them busy and still mentally active for school. Yes, they do have their computer time, PlayStation time, whatever, but there's still schoolwork in there as well. So that's a good thing. And they're getting out for walks. You do what you can. So guys, take care. Thank you for joining me, and go and get into our challenge. Okay, and thank you, Janet, for coming up with a wonderful idea for me, inspiring me to use color and bring it into our group. And you guys all have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye, guys.